Good YouTube, Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that season preview, aka what to expect series. Again, we're gonna talk about my favorite team in the whole NBA, the Boston Celtics, a team that won 61 games last year, and people are looking at this team as there's no way they're gonna be able to do that this up and coming season. And although I'm a Celtics fan, I'm going to be completely honest with you and I'm going to say they're right. We're not going to win nowhere near as many games as we did last year, but I still think that the Celtics are going to be a fun slash interesting team to watch this up and coming season. I think that they're going to still have a lot of pride. I think Joe Mazzulla is a coach that is very fiery. He's going to want to find a way to get this team in the best shape, in the best way that they can play at a high level. And, they still got some pieces. I know I might sound crazy, but when you look at this roster, it's enough in the weak East. Like, even if you're a playing team, I would say a lot of people look at that as a successful year, especially because you still have Jalen Brown, a guy that's an all NBA player slash an all star, and a guy that's a decent playmaker and a decent scorer. Plus, they have some guys that can still space the floor and knock down shots on the perimeter. And if Jalen Brown can play with space and make quick decisions, he has a chance to really show how great he is. And I think he wants that chance. I think he wants that opportunity. But I also see the other side of the Boston fans saying, well, should we just mail it in this year and try to get a high overall draft pick because Tatum is going to be gone the whole year for most likely, and even if he come back, he's not going to really help us win that much because it'll be later in the season. So I done heard both sides of the Celtics fans looking at this season and looking at the talent that we have. And we also don't know if Anthony Simons is going to stay on the team the whole year. I have been hearing a lot of rumors that he's going to be traded. I don't really mind us trading him. I would prefer us to do that, but it's all because of the cap. And even if you do keep him, will he help you win a significant amount of games? He is another shooter. He is another scorer. He is another guy that can create, and that is important, especially when you only really have Jalen Brown that is going to do it at a high level. You are going to need more out of Derek White this year. Can he become a 20-point scorer like he did against the Knicks and be able to splash more threes, be able to get to the paint, get out in transition, defend, and cause chaos and turnovers? He's going to have to play a lot harder. He's going to have to earn that money this year, but he looks like he's ready for it. He loves playing with the Celtics. He loved that they believed in him when they traded for him. He helped us get a title. Maybe he wants this opportunity to show that he's one of the best two-way guards in the NBA, and I can see him wanting to be that and wanting to try that. Jordan Walsh, he's a guy that he does get playing time. He just doesn't do too much for the team, but maybe he plays a little bit more and he can hit shots and tries a way to fit in with this team a little bit more. As Xavier Tillman, we don't know exactly where we're going to get out of him. We know he's going to bump you, he's going to knock you, he's going to set screens, he's going to rebound, and he's going to try to space the floor a little bit too and be in the paint. But we don't know how many minutes and how much opportunity he's going to really get. He might get a lot more because we do lack size, especially after losing a lot of talent in that area like Al Horford and of course Luke Cornett. Kada, this is going to be a big year for him to make his name. He's a legitimate 7 footer. He got some weight on that body. He's very quick. He's very athletic. He's very bouncy. He has the good length to be able to block shots and grab boards. He should be able to get better numbers and be a better offensive rebounder because it's not going to be too many players in the paint with him. So he should be a double-double. Even if it's 12 and 10, even if it's 14 and 10, he's going to have a lot of opportunities to get shots and a lot of opportunities to be a guy that's relied on. Will he step up and will he be able to be that? Peyton Pritchard. Some people say he's going to be a starter. Some people say he should still come off the bench because he is a guy that can get hot from the 3 point line. He can handle the ball and get to the paint. He can get to the free throw line. He is a guy that you don't want to leave open because he's deadly from three. And do we need more of that, or should we just say we go in for me Simons for now because he got the size and he got the body better than a guy like Peyton Pritchard? And that does make a little sense to go in that direction too. But Um, we can say the same thing about Sam Hauser. We know that he's a catch and shoot guy. We know he can get hot. We know that you can't really help or double team too much when he's on the court, especially with Peyton Pritchard or even with an Anthony Simons, because he can really make you pay for leaving them open. And I think it's good that we was able to keep him because we shouldn't shred all of our spacing and all of our shooting. And then you got a guy like Luka Garza. Like, what is we really gonna get from him? He hasn't really played too much in the NBA, but he has proven and has shown that he's an NBA caliber player, and he is a guy that has speed and a little bit of quickness and athleticism for that position. He can get boards and finish around the rim, and he can probably be an okay shot blocker from time to time. And then we do have Chris Boucher, who we know can space the floor at that center slash power forward position, protect the paint just a little bit, rebound at a decent level where he's out there with certain lineups. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he can be and what he can do for the Celtics because he's been a respectable player also in his career. And we do need those type of bigs that's switchable too. And Kata's going to have to prove that from time to time. And so is Chris Boucher. So it's not going to be an easy year for this team defensively. A lot of things that we do is going to have guys that's not really great defensively. So we're going to have to communicate real well. We're going to have to really be on each other's backs to make sure things go almost flawless. They have to play basically near perfect basketball to be able to win with this roster. It's just the truth. We don't really have a lot of star power. We don't really have a lot of great defenders, but we're going to have to find a way to muster up whatever we can if we want to play for pride. And playing for pride would mean trying to still be a playoff team without Tatum. And I don't think Joe Mazzulla should even feel any pressure to try to get that point across. He should feel that we still should be able to make it. He should feel that we're good enough. He should feel that we should have a shot at still being one of the top 7 teams, 8 teams in the Eastern Conference when it's all said and done. And he might look at it like there's no way that we shouldn't be because he knows majority of these players because a lot of them was already on his roster last year and they know how to play with these group of guys and they know how to play with each other. And that can be a benefit to the Celtics this year. Hugo Gonzalez, he was a good pickup to me. He's only 19 years old, so he's not going to do anything crazy his first year. But he has good size. He has good understanding of how to play the game of basketball a little bit. Hayden Gray, I don't really expect him to play at all. Too many guards, too many wings on this team for him to crack the rotation. You can say a little bit of the same thing for R.J. Lewis Jr. He might play every once in a while if an injury is here or there. Josh Minot, I think he will play just because he's an athletic guy that can give us a little bit of slashing, and we're going to need that from time to time when Brown is on the bench because we can't tire out Jaylen Brown. We have to have him healthy. We have to have him playing at a high level to even get a shot to be able to beat anybody. Like I said, the NBA is getting deeper. The NBA is getting tougher. No days off really in the NBA at all now. So guys are just going to have to play above their head, like a Baylor. He's going to have to shoot out crazy this year for us to win games. And I like him as a player because he is a good one. So I'm going to look at him to be able to play a little bit more and not the RJ Lewis's or Hugo Gonzalez or the Hayden Grays. We're going to need him to be a it factor for us. And Max, I don't really see him playing much either because of Derek White, because of guys like Anthony Simons and Peyton Pritchard and Sam Hauser. We rather have those guys on the court as much as we can because those are the guys that's going to make the biggest difference. Those are the guys that's going to help us achieve our goal of being able to stay on the floor where a lot of these other teams are not getting blown out or embarrassed. Because, like I said, they're going to double and help on Jaylen Brown and make his life hell, make his life difficult, make his life frustrating. And he's going to continue to trust his teammates like he has shown when Jason Tatum was injured or out. I'm going to be a playmaker. I'm not going to just hog the ball and just throw up tough shots and throw up frustration shots. I'm going to trust my teammates to make plays. I'm going to trust my teammates to make shots. And that's what leadership is. And Jaylen Brown is a good leader. I'm happy we didn't trade him. I don't know any Celtics fan that actually wanted Jaylen Brown to be traded. I haven't seen it. And I heard a lot of people in the media saying that we should or it should be something they should think about. I think it's crazy. This is a finals MVP. He helped us get to 2 NBA finals, a whole lot of conference finals, and he's not even 30 years old. And we should be considering trading that guy because of one injury that has nothing to do with him. Well, one thing I would say is Brown is going to have to sacrifice a lot because this man is going to be our MVP, as he should, because he is the best player on the roster. And I do think this roster kind of fits what he's good at and what he really can do and what he really brings to the table as a cutter slash slasher. He is going to have to knock down more free throws. He is going to have to be able to hit the threes off the dribble and be able to create some shots that's tough from time to time because they're going to give him the ball late in the shot clock, or he's going to have to make stuff up from time to time. That's what superstars have to do. That's what comes with getting paid $53 million in the season. He knows that. He's going to be ready for that. But he also is going to have to be able to score off the ball. And I have questioned his 3-point shooting. It has been hit or miss throughout his entire career. That and his free throw shooting is going to be very pivotal because we have to close out games. If we're going to rely on Jaylen Brown to do that, he's going to have to knock down his free throws. He's going to have to be a good catch and shoot guy from time to time. And he's going to have to be ready to attack whenever he gets the ball and not sit and try to wait and try to create too much because all eyes are going to be on him because they got to stop him to win. If they can freeze him and they can stop him, they're going to have a good chance of beating us. That's just the reality of this roster. That's just the reality of how it's built and how it's constructed. It's going to be a tough road ahead to be able to beat a lot of these other teams in the league, even in the Eastern Conference. But some teams are so damaged and so beat up like us, we should still be one of the ones that slides in or gets in. And even if we don't, I don't mind getting a good pick in the draft. I don't. So this could be a win-win situation where we can be a playoff team or we can fall a little short and still get rewarded. We done seen teams like Dallas do the same thing. We're not tanking. It's just how the season ended up going. And we ain't complaining because we just got Cooper flagged. So that can be a mentality that we got to have. Win or lose or draw, we're going to compete. We're going to play hard. We're going to do whatever it takes for us to try to win. But if we come up short, we can look at it like we did the best we could. We'll be better next year, and we'll be better when the offseason appear for us. So this is one of them years where I can see the Celtics being a play-in team at best. And if they're in that conversation, that's still a good season for us. And based off how our roster is looking and based off the talent that we have. And like I said, Jaylen Brown, nobody's saying he's a top 10 player. Nobody's saying he's one of the greatest players in the league. We're just saying that he might have to do a lot of things that he's not accustomed to doing on a daily basis. And if he does it successfully and he wins enough games with us as fans and as a roster, and he proves that he can be an alpha, that's just one of the best things this season can have for us too. And if we make it to the playoffs because of that, and we've seen some things he can do when Jason Tatum went out against the Knicks in the playoffs, Brown, you just got to be coming in level-headed. He just got to be coming in optimistic a little bit. He looks at this, he looks at that, he sees this, he sees that in training camp and in scrimmages. Then it's just about making the adjustments and the adaptations that's needed to fit this roster and still get your own. If he does that, he can get a lot of respect and a lot of love from a lot of people in the NBA world if he can help us get to the playoffs with the type of roster that he has with them this year. But like I said, everything can be all fine and dandy by next year anyway. I'm holding out hope for that as a Celtics fan. You never know. But as them both being young and both being hungry guys and guys that push themselves to be great to get to a point where they are, I can see Jason Tatum being back good and back great. And that'll be fun to see and that'll be fun to watch as a guy that has loved him since he's been a Celtic, even when he was high school and college. I had respect for him then, and it would be good to see him back and healthy. So even if this whole year goes bad, or even if Jaylen Brown shows you that he's him, it's going to be a fun season to keep up with and watch as a Celtics fan or a fan in general, because it just shows you how important Boston is to basketball and how important they are to the NBA, that they have been talked about this whole summer because they've been making moves and dishing people out and reconstructing their roster. And this is one of the final installments of it. It's still a rough draft, but we have to look at it and say, compared to a lot of other people's rosters, we're not that far from them, or we right there with them. And that's one way we have to look at it as Celtics fans. But if we get a good lottery pick because we lost a lot of games too, I'm not going to complain either as a Celtics fan too, for that reason. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for more analysis so you can get it right away when it comes out. I also will say I make conversations just like this about NBA only topics. I also do breakdowns with real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and other future stars, and also mock draft and draft coverage. So you love that type of stuff, you can't get enough of it. This is the channel for you. I promise you, because I already got 3,000 plus videos already on my channel that you can watch and you can enjoy right now for free. Not only that, I also have to say I upload basically every single day, so you basically always have something to watch and enjoy from this channel, and that's what people love and really want. And I've been doing it for a while, been in this game for 10 plus years. Thank y'all for supporting me in the past, the present. Hope y'all continue to support me in the future, and thank y'all for continuing to watch and check out the channel whenever you can and whenever you can get to it also. And thanks just for checking it out. If you don't even want to be a fan, I still like to support. I got majority of my subscribers for that reason, so maybe you can be one now or in the future. I'm cool with that too. Other than that, y'all stay blessed up, y'all stay good. Hopefully I see you guys tomorrow. Gone for now, and peace.